how's everybody's Sunday going? Oh, there's my camera. How's everybody's Sunday going? Oh my goodness, 5 o'clock on a Sunday. And the lighting in here is really wacky, so let me see if I can do something about that real quick. Down in a blaze of rain. I don't know if that helps. Hey, you. Yay! I'm back! Woohoo! Laura! Hello, my friend. I hope you're feeling better today. Hi, Michelle. Oh my goodness. Such a much prettier day today than it has been the past couple of days, don't you think? I think so. Anyway, Alexa, turn it down. Thank you, ma'am. Hey, Rachel. So I love the sunshine. So nice. We may have some cats on camera tonight because they are sneaking around. There's like one over there, one over there. Pool weather. Oh my gosh. I'm like so ready. We put a heater on the pool in the fall last year, and we never turned it on in the fall. So I was really hoping to turn it on this spring, but if I don't get some decent weather to get the pool actually nice and squeaky clean, it's not gonna happen. Hopefully soon. So anyway, I want to welcome everybody to another Wine O'Clock Report. It's been a little while. I kind of like to try to do these every couple weeks or so. Doesn't always work out. Like for example, for the past 3 weeks, those of you that are my friends on Facebook probably are aware that I was in Dallas because my mother passed away. So it was a really sad time. But my mother was a very strong woman of faith. And Cheryl, hi Cheryl, there's Cheryl. She was a very strong woman of faith, and so, you know, if nothing else, there's peace that, you know, she's no longer suffering, and hopefully hanging out with my dad, and hopefully she's run across my late husband. So yeah, I've had a lot of loss in the past few months. Plus, I went through the layoff and everything last spring, so there's been like just a lot of roller coaster going on. I like to joke with people and tell them, yeah, I like to do all my major life changes all in the same calendar year. But having said that, I am so thankful for all my friends and all the support and all the outpouring, because it means a lot and helps me get through it. So thanks everybody. So wine, that's why you're here. You're not just here to see my gorgeous face. You're here to talk about wine. I thought a lot about what wine I wanted to present tonight. I kind of wanted to do a little tribute to my mother. Unfortunately, my mother's wine selections are not to my liking, as we discovered with my family members who were hanging out in her apartment leading up to and after the funeral. They were all drinking the wine, and I was just like, yeah, nothing here for me. Although my delightful niece, Nikki, brought me, maybe I'm not supposed to say that in public, but she brought me a bottle that I really like. So Nikki, if you're watching, I love you too for giving me wine that I like. So instead, my mom really liked to drink Lambrusco, which I don't like. My husband liked to drink red wine more than white wine. So I thought what I'd do is I bring out a bottle of the Francis Coppola Cabernet. And this is a 2015 Cabernet Sauvignon from Francis Coppola. Yes, that Francis Coppola. And this is, it says Ivory label on it. I don't know that that's anything really extra super remarkable, although it probably is a limited edition for the year 2015. So I'm going to show you that, and then I'm going to show you the barcode in case you want to scan it and save it and try it later. You can do that. And I would like to thank Walt Sands for showing us that little trick. Yes, Michelle, Cab. Cab is not for the faint of heart. It's actually good for your heart though, which is kind of ironic. But anyway, it's a very bold flavor, very much something that you'd want to eat with, or you'd want to drink with, like a steak or something substantial like that. So I'm gonna pour me a glass, and I'm gonna show you, this is another one of my wine word glasses. This one is vinipote. It's a noun, and you know, we have to put on our glasses to read what the definition actually is for vinipote. And it is an avid consumer of wine. So I'm a vinipote. How many of you guys are vinipotes? Give me a little heart if you are. If you like wine, Michelle Green should be clicking on that heart. Laura Cousins, give me a heart. Come on now. Anyway, so Coppola, you can tell, as is common with a lot of Cabernet Sauvignon, is you've got this really, really dark color. You can barely even tell that it's a wine color unless you're really looking at the air bubbles floating on top. You can kind of see that beautiful, beautiful color. I'm gonna do my little swirl. Tracy, girl, haven't seen you in a while. I wish you were still here. I miss you. Give it my little swirl, and then we're going to have a little sniff. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. One of the things I love the most about cabs is the fragrance. You get these big, bold fruits and florals. Just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like walking into a hot house that has, you know, lilies and berries in it, I think. Anyway, so I'm gonna take a sip. And the thing is, as lovely as it smells, you get a completely different taste profile. Because with reds, especially Cabernets, you get a lot of that tannin, and that's kind of what makes it bitter, or that dry. When you hear a wine described as dry, it doesn't mean it's not wet. It means that it's got that sort of tannin flavor to it. It's got that sort of, it does kind of feel like it's drying out your tongue a little bit, but it means it's not sweet. It means it's not fruit forward. It means it tastes like wine. For this one, so a lot of people, Cabernet, especially when they aren't like wine drinkers to start with, Cabernet might be the last one they ever try because there's a lot of flavor in it. But again, it's an acquired taste, I guess you'd say. You almost have to practice and or find some brands and labels that are maybe more fruit forward. A lot of people, when they start drinking wine, they start with the sweet ones, Moscatos, White Zinfandel. Try to skip over White Zin if you can. But this one is really good. So if you're a little bit more adventurous, a little bit ready to get into the kind of more, you know, when people really talk about wine, a lot of times they think of Cabernet. That's the first thing that comes to mind. So if you ever did want to try it, Coppola is not a bad place to start because, you know, the flavor itself doesn't necessarily have a lot of that fruit, but the fragrance does. So it's kind of a transition into maybe some of the more dry, more complex, more highfalutin, snooty wines. But you know that I'm not a wine snob, so whatever. Drink what you like, as long as it's not White Zinfandel. Haley Ann. So anyway, once again, this is Coppola Cabernet Sauvignon 2015. I believe I paid about $18 for this bottle at, you know, that place. How does it compare to Kendall Jackson Cabernet? I like it better. To me, it's a more sophisticated taste. Not Cabernet. Kendall Jackson, to me, tends to be a little bit more, well, a little bit less sophisticated, I guess. So it's something that, actually, Kendall Jackson, Rachel, based on your question about a good beginner cab, Kendall Jackson probably is a good beginner cab, because it does have a lot more of that fruit forwardness to it. This is more dry than that. Anyway, if you go to a reputable wine shop, for us locally, it would be Guess Who is my wine shop of choice. Talk to their wine people there because they're really, really good. They can help you find something that would be a good beginner cab. The other thing that you can do, Rachel, I'll tell you a little secret, is try a blend. One blend that I really like is, I'm shaking the table, so I'm shaking the camera. One blend that I really like is the Yellowtail Shiraz Cabernet. It's good because you get a little bit more of a fruitier, more approachable wine with that cab, so it kind of can be like a transition into cab. Plus, Yellowtail wines are inexpensive and are really good. So I don't know how we're able to import Australian wine for such a low cost, but more power to us. And nowadays, you can get the Yellowtail wines in the Walmart stores here locally too, which is really convenient if you're trying to do it while you're doing your regular grocery shopping. Anyway, I really like it. Yes, Yellowtail. I you know what? I could like do a whole show just on Yellowtail. Maybe we'll do that. We'll do a actually, Rachel, you know what? If you come over right now, I've got a bottle of Yellowtail Moscato sitting in my refrigerator because I don't drink it. I keep it here for Laura Cousins. Laura, are you still there? Anyway, Moscatos are really good though. Oh, and especially coming up into summer, Moscato and the sweeter wines make really excellent wine cocktails as well. So if you're hanging out at the pool, once it gets clean, it's really good to make like frozen wine cocktails are really good. So I probably put away the Cabernet in about March and don't pick them up again until probably October because, for me, throughout the warm months, I need those cold bottles of wine to hang out at the pool with. So maybe we'll do some poolside wine o'clock reports this summer, like Chris and I used to do. Oh, cat in the background. I don't know. Cat sighting. Uh-oh. But yeah. I'm so ready for pool weather. I'm so ready for today. The sun came out and I was just like, wow, please hurry, summer, please come soon. So hopefully, we'll get it really soon. So Simone, you want to learn more about wine cocktails? Okay, I'll take that as a challenge. And maybe in a couple weeks, I'll bring in a guest and we'll do some wine cocktails. We'll do a little, maybe we'll do 3 or 4 different ones. Maybe some frozen sangrias, maybe something with some strawberries in it. Do some frozen stuff. Oh, I'm getting lots of love for the wine cocktail show. So maybe that's what we'll do next time. Oh, and if any of you locally or somebody that wants to, come in from wherever on your own dime, because I'm poor lately, because of all the concerts I'm going to this summer. If anybody wants to come and sit in the other chair and be my guest, make some wine cocktails with me, we'll share them, we'll talk about something, have some fun, do some sipping. Rachel, you've got some recipes, so I don't think you live far away from me either, so perhaps you could be my guest. So anyway, let's look forward to that. In the meanwhile, I would like to say cheers to my mother up in heaven, my mama who raised me, my mama who blessed me with my red hair, I got my green eyes from my dad, but my eyes came from my mother, my sheer will and determination and grit and non-give upness that I have, my run into the eye of the storm sort of habits that I have. I know a lot of my warriorness comes from my dad, but I think that whole stick-to-itiveness that I have, this stubbornness and not willing to take no for an answer sometimes, comes from my mom. And I miss her, and I hope we'll see each other again one day. So thanks everybody for coming tonight, and have a glass of wine. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.